Do you know the last year Arsenal won the Premier League? Do you know the year?
It was 2003.
2003. What were you doing in 2003?
I was in 5th grade in 2003.
It's been a while. You have a child. You were in middle school. You have a child. Arsenal still hasn't won shit. And guys are on the field celebrating like that. Like maybe Arsenal is going to make a trophy for having just won this game. And they're going to put it in their trophy bin and they're going to say, beat City finally.
Well, here's another episode of Fried Footie. On the screen with me is my boy Chuck. Brad, I was graced with the presence of young Bradley.
Young Bradley.
It was nice to see the final light in your eyes dwindle away.
God.
And that 5th goal is
So painful. Oh my God. I don't think many of us had heard of Miles Lewis Skelly before 2025, if we're being honest, right? He was incredible. I think he made the difference in the game. Skelly coming from left back all the way to the attack was a crazy dynamic that Man City could not handle. I don't know if you guys saw too his goal celebration.
Yeah. I like this. This was hard.
That's the Holland meditation goal celebration. As much as I want to give credit to the youngsters changing the game, like I'm sad that Lewis Skelly has to enter that environment of losers. Like you guys are losers proving Holland's whole point, right? Like give me a second here. Holland's whole point was stay humble. They celebrated like crazy after a one tie in September, and Holland said stay humble. Now they're clearly in second place. They're clearly not going to win the league. And yet another year of second place for Arsenal, and they're celebrating like they won the league. Do you know the last year Arsenal won the Premier League? Do you know the year?
It was 2003.
2003. What were you doing in 2003?
I was in 5th grade in 2003.
You were in 5th grade?
No way you were in 5th
grade.
grade.
4th or 5th grade.
Yeah, I was like in the 7th grade. 6th or
It's
7th
been a while. You have a child. You know, you were in middle school. You have a child. Arsenal still hasn't won shit. And guys are on the field celebrating like that. Like Holland said, stay humble for this reason, because you look kind of ridiculous.
This is now a full generation of fans of Arsenal who have not really experienced any real winning. Like to some Arsenal fans, this is their Super Bowl, you know, to making a.
So
this
sad.
I don't. Listen.
This has been the highlight of their past 3 seasons, to be honest.
Maybe Arsenal is going to make a trophy for having just won this game. And they're going to put it in their trophy bin and they're going to say, beat City finally.
As of right now, Arsenal's 2 on the table in the Premier League. To act like, like they're just no, they are shitting on City right now. This is what it is.
They're having a much better year. But do you remember who won second place in 2003?
Listen.
Wait. Do you remember who won second place in 2003? Nobody does. You can be better than Man City, but also have it realize to yourself that that's really insignificant. Like, just being better than Man City is not much of a accomplishment. We've had a terrible year. I thought you guys were going to win the league. I thought you guys got it all. No, you don't.
Once again, they have an actual chance.
We don't have any chance at all. They have maybe a 1% chance of winning the league. There's no way.
Hold on.
You said they have a chance? Be real. Be honest.
They get a better chance than Chelsea.
No. Be real with you. I want you to be 100. This is like when David Beckham was honest with his wife. Be honest. Be honest. Does Arsenal have a chance to win the Premier League? Honestly, they have a chance.
The same way you have a chance to win the Champions League.
Stuff. You don't believe that. Let's go to the top of the Spanish league, where Real Madrid is still leading La Liga, but goddamn, that lead is getting really, really thin after they had a pretty shocking loss to one of the worst teams in the league, I would say.
I know I might be the guy who keeps doing this, but like they played much better. I'm gonna be the guy who does this. Like they played better. The ball just didn't go in the back of the net. I'm not worried. I am not.
I would be very worried because Atletico Madrid is coming. They're here and they're staying.
The second team.
So good. And they're so good, fellas. I'm telling you right now, I'm guaranteeing it. Put your rent on it. Atletico Madrid is beating them on Saturday in the Madrid Derby. And that's how much confidence I have in Atletico. They're going to take the #1 standing in La Liga.
Listen, we'll be back here next week, and I've seen you guys go way crazy. I've seen you guys go very hard on the Real demise every now, and then I look up, they'll always seem to be at top of the league. So I will live in the now. I'll wait. If they win this weekend, I'm coming here with woo! Look at him. He's nervous. He's nervous. He's nervous.
They have great tactics. I think they have a way better coach than Real. They've really changed their system. They're not as defensive-minded as they have been in years past. They do a great thing where they overload one side. They make
I love their attack.
And I love their players. They all play together.
I love Alvarez. I love Griezmann. I love. Listen, I like it. I'm still going to go with the talent and the players.
Who's playing center back for Real Madrid this weekend?
I couldn't tell you. I'm
that
not
seems to matter a little bit, though. They lost both starters from this past year, and now they're down to Tchouaméni and a 20-year-old that nobody seems to trust.
Chuck. I want you to I'm going to do a little thought experiment together. Go down Real Madrid's schedule.
Yeah.
Go down their schedule and tell me the last time they've beaten a good team. Because they got spanked by Barcelona twice this year.
Yeah, they have 2 good wins. They beat Atalanta in December and Borussia Dortmund in October. Those are the 2 decent wins.
Once again, my thing is...
Every other team, AC Milan, Barcelona, they're losing to every single team that has real top talents. And that's a real concern. And that's why, for me, I would put the house on Atletico Madrid. I'm riding with Rodney on this one. I can't, honestly, I can't see Madrid. I can't see Real winning this one. I can't see it.
I keep hearing it, and then I keep looking up, and they're top of the table. So
they're top of the table because they haven't been playing the big teams. They've had an easy schedule. That shit's about to turn. Here we are.
There's a lot of bad teams in La Liga. Especially for you, Brad. We talked about this last week, but same question again. After watching Real Madrid, how much more confidence do you have facing them as a Man City fan? Even though you just lost, how much more confidence do you have facing them in Champions League knockout round?
I have a lot more confidence in terms of scoring on them because losing Rudiger, who's probably the best center back in the world, like it's him or Van Dijk. These are really the 2 top players at that position. It hurts so much. He's a brilliant player. There's no replacing him. However, defensively, I still think Madrid is going to cause City crazy problems. You know, Vini and Mbappe on the counterattack, but getting smacked by Arsenal has changed the enthusiasm, as you can tell a little. I can't fake it.
You're not even a serious cat. You're not a serious.
I'm a serious cat. What's not serious?
You're not a serious. What's the last good win Man City had? Fuck out of here.
We beat a team in Belgium, and that got us to the next round of the Champions League.
You see?
That's something. Hey, they had it. That team in Belgium had not lost in 20 games.
Keep this shit going, man. Keep this shit going.
Marcus Rashford has found a home, baby. Took the loan deal to Aston Villa. He says it's going to be a short-term deal. I don't know.
Yeah, credit to him for finding a Premier League home because, I mean, we were talking a few weeks ago about the only Saudi and Turkey and geez, you know what I mean? And also, shout out to him. He's keeping his full wage. He don't care who's paying as long as the checks are cashing. So salute to Rashford. I think he made out like a Band-Aid on this one.
That would be interesting if Rashford kills it at Aston Villa. Does Man U when that loan expire go?
No. If we've seen one thing about Ruben, especially from his tactics, not even talking about Rashford, is he is dying on his hill. He is going to put his foot in the ground.
Okay.
This is what I want to do.
Yes.
This is how I want to do it. And I don't care if I'm wrong. I would rather be wrong and do it my way than right and do it.
I agree.
Ruben never really gave him a chance, I think, to show that he could play a different position, like maybe be the #1 striker. But Aston Villa is the best possible option. So Rashford might be starting in the Champions Leagues all of a sudden when you've been trying to fight for playing time for bum-ass Man United. Like, that's a crazy upgrade. You're in the you jump right into the knockout rounds of Champions League. Imagine he gets a hat trick. Yo, the Rashford propaganda would go through the roof.
You didn't even go with a brace. You went straight to hat trick.
I thought about the brace. And I was like, go to hat trick. Go to hat trick. Did you guys hear Rashford when he got to Aston Villa?
Marcus, firstly, a very warm welcome to Aston Villa. How excited are you by this new challenge in your career?
He's like, damn, I gotta lie.
Yeah, definitely excited. I'm sure it'll be a new experience for me. Obviously, it's only short term that I'm here, so I want to make the most of my time here.
So how did he sound to you?
Like he had to go to Villa because it's the only team in England that wanted him on the team. and he's, maybe he'll make the most of it. I hope he does his very best and tries his hardest, because I don't know how many more shots he's going to have in the Premier League. So I hope that he has more enthusiasm come next practice than he did in that interview. Because that interview looked like...
He tells the truth.
Oh,
Aston Villa is a team.
Look, sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, I mean...
And his tone of voice did not move the needle for me. Did not move me. If I was an Aston Villa fan and I saw that, I wouldn't be excited. I'd be more excited than he was. I wouldn't be that excited.
I don't really know what to expect. It's tough to know, but that is a team that will give him the right service. Like, they have a great midfield. They have a really nice scheme. The coach, Unai Emery, is apparently like the most players coach. People love Unai Emery. Like, if Rashford fails here, man, like, it gets bleak fast. Like, he's backup striker on Everton, in a year if he flops here. And it's just so crazy how quickly the fall from grace can be. So I know he's got to be feeling the pressure. Rodney, your boys, Tottenham, player after player was like, no, Tottenham, I don't want to go, sorry. Even though my club wanted to sell me, finally, somebody agreed to go to Tottenham. Your boy, Matthias Tell from Bayern, accepted a loan deal after he previously rejected an outright sale to Tottenham. How are you feeling about this new addition?
On like $1 million. Don't forget, loan deal with the potential to buy, and the buy on is actually less than the original offer. I think that he might have been a little too big in his britches. I think he might have thought he had more options than he actually had. I don't think that he had a lot of firm offers from all the Premier League teams that he thought he was going to get. Tottenham was the most aggressive in the first offer. He turned them down. There was, talks that he wanted to go to Arsenal. There was talks that he wanted to go to Man U. There was talks that he was even looking at Chelsea. And I don't think any of those teams were as aggressive or as firm as Tottenham were when it comes...
Desperate, in other words.
Desperate, that's fine. Whatever you want. Desperation plus a player who wants to play is a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me. You know what I mean? He's going to get all the playing time he wants. I think Big Ainge is going to do everything that he can in his power to put him in the positions that make sense, because he's going to want him to stay. He wants him to stay there long term. Clearly, Ainge is looking at, the next wave of players. Bergvall's 18, Archie Gray's 18. This guy's 19. I think he really wants to integrate a new generation of players. So I feel great. I feel absolutely lovely.
I can't believe you guys got him. I thought for sure after he said no to the first transfer, I was like, oh, this is done. He's just not trying to play for Tottenham. Apparently, he wanted to go to United, but he's a huge get, man. Like, he is a killer in those final zones. So comfortable in the box.
Tottenham needs it bad, and Tottenham needs it bad. So, I don't think he's been worth the money. He hasn't been terrible, but I don't think he's been worth the money. Richarlison has been an absolute dud. I think he's an absolute dud, considering how much, Tottenham paid for him. You got James Maddison out. You got Brendan Johnson out. I mean, Son is playing literally every single game. He needs a rest at some point. I think this kid's going to come in and deliver. I think he can play on the wing or striker. I think it'll be up to him where he wants to play. So, yeah, put some respect on Tottenham's name.
Report was that Manchester United
$5 million.
Was $5 million away.
$5 million.
How does that make you feel?
Once again, man, they got bigger fish to fry. You see what's going on. Like, my thing is, he could have fit, but maybe there's a bigger or a better piece that Ruben sees in the,
Well,
I think you have way too much faith in Ruben, because he just started. I mean,
what else am I supposed to do? I'm confused. Like,
over his head.
You're
a real football fan and demand someone get fired.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. That's all that qualifies you to be a real football fan.
I just see people on Instagram fire Ruben. I'm like, to do what?
It's coming. Fire Ruben is coming, bro, because he's not changing his formation. They're gonna keep losing.
Saying. And then what? You fire Ruben, same formation with the new play. Like, you just did this with Taylor. Literally, I don't get it. I don't get it. It don't make no sense.
I am actually shocked, though. Not even this guy, but just in general, that Man United, a team that is considered, a big club that has deep pockets, they're, down in the table next to Tottenham.
Yeah.
And they didn't get anybody.
Nobody, bro.
It's crazy. Tottenham, rightfully so, had a sense of desperation. You can make fun of them all that you want, that they were desperate. At least they're self-aware. At least they know that they needed people. And I feel like Man United should have been right next to them on that desperation meter, getting someone. At some point, we keep talking about, Ruben has to get his players. Well, then when are you gonna get the players? Because we just had a whole month of
Well, you
transfers.
just talked about they gotta get rid of some. Like,
They get rid of Rashford.
well, that's what I. Okay, whoa, Kobe, you
What
can't.
if you want 1 for 1?
Well, maybe we'll see. We'll not.
One.
We won't see that.
Rid
but-
of a guy to bring in a guy, not just get rid of the guy and then do nothing.
Oh, maybe
That wasn't part of the plan.
Maybe this is addition by subtraction.
He was already subtracted.
It's crazy how weak their attackers are, as Rodney's been talking about for a minute. Like Matthias Tell just sitting there for a loan with an option to buy. Like he's
Telling
on pretty low wages. That's a no-brainer.
And he's
5
telling-
mil, just put it down.
And I'm sure if it was up to Matthias Tell, he'd be at Man U and not Tottenham. If
Oh,
all
nobody's choosing Tottenham, bro. Come on.
That's fine. That's fine. Because you know where he's going? He's putting on that Spurs kit as we speak. He already passed the physical. He's in North London right now. So you can say whatever you want. I don't care.
When
It's
we're,
nothing
when
to
we're
me.
4 games in with no goals, we'll see how it's feeling. All right.
Tottenham knows they're the other family. They're just like, just love us while you're here.
That's fine. Hey, them kids, they were so happy to have a father.
All right, let's give some big ups. All right, the first big up I'm gonna give to my official second team, Barcelona,
Wow.
to Lamine Yamal, the player I've never doubted. And I would just like to say, shout out to these incredible ball skills, my guy, making grown men. Ball skills.
What skills?
I'm gonna pause that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
whoa.
fight that. I'm gonna pause that.
Whoa.
Pause that.
Whoa.
But here we go with the ball skills. Look at Lamine Yamal go.
Ooh, twice. I felt. Ooh, get out of there. I got you. See you later. Ooh, can't touch me. Boom. Get my.
Nah, that is crazy.
It's not fun. It's a finesse game, but it's not soft.
I just need you to accept that Barca's my second team and that I'm gonna be riding the Lamine Yamal bandwagon. Just because I said Rafinha had played better than him, I don't want my ticket. No. I was a prisoner of the moment. I'm human, okay? Just because I said Rafinha was better, in this year, I didn't say forever. I didn't say I'd rather have Rafinha. I just said this year he'd been better, and I think it was verifiably so.
Hold on.
I still want to be able to be on the Lamine Yamal bandwagon. Please do not keep me off.
First of all, I said this exact, like literally bar for bar. You can come because you are seeing the wisdom, you have the vision, you're using your eyes. See, that's what I've been asked. Yes, use the eyes, and as you use them, you can see the greatness in your Lamine. So come on, Rodney, you coming? Are you coming?
Wait for the day that Barcelona can't afford Lamine Yamal, and he has to leave Barcelona. It's all fun and games when Yamal's making $30,000 a week on academy wages. When that contract is up, and their Ponzi schemes, that's the problem. Brad roots for teams that run Ponzi schemes. That's the problem. And eventually, their time will come. So I'm sitting back. I'm patiently waiting. It's all fun. And this has nothing to do with Yamal. He's a great player. Wherever he goes, he'll be great. But I'm just waiting for the day that it all comes tumbling down like a house of cards because they can't afford him, and now he's on a different team. I can't wait.
What's the earliest you could see Lamine Yamal leaving Barcelona?
I mean, Messi wasn't even a lifer, so I don't think that
No,
anyone...
but Messi played his full prime there. You know what I mean?
Really good at PSG for some time. I think Barcelona would have liked to keep him if they had the funds. He just got a little expensive.
How many more seasons do you
So by
not
time-
worry? Do you not worry at all?
Before he is of legal drinking age in the United States, you'll be fine.
So he has 4 more years.
Once you start getting that 21 to 24 window, I'd be sweating. I'd be concerned. I'd be looking at the books. I'd be hiring an independent accountant to see if there's any digits missing or any money going on. I'd be checking to see if guys are wanting to take a pay cut over here, wanting to see if guys want to take a pay cut over there. Maybe starting to go fund me. I don't know. I'd be figuring something out because I think by the time Yamal's 25, he's looking at greener pastures.
If you had to pick one team that you think would be most likely to fit, what is the team that you would guess he goes to?
Real Madrid.
That would be crazy.
I mean,
Can you imagine the news story in Spain if Lamine Yamal left for Real Madrid?
I think it's possible. I don't see why it's not. I think that Real Madrid has the pockets. I think they would relish the opportunity to, one, replace by then Mbappe and or Vinicius, and two, take him from Barcelona Barcelona has had some trouble cashing some checks. And again, if Messi, of all people, can one day, and he was not washed, may not have been his very, very, very best, fine. But he was not washed by any multiple good years at PSG. And he was too expensive for Barcelona. I don't see a world how Yamal, the same thing can't happen there.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's crazy. That's got to keep Barcelona fans up at night. The little second fan in me is very scared, but the second fan fear is a lot smaller than the primary fan fear. So that's the nice thing about the second team. Rodney, who'd you want to big up?
Oh, okay. So we're gonna divert a little bit from footy, bro. We're gonna keep it UK for.
Yo, he's on the FIFA soundtrack. Come on, he is footy.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna big up Central Cee, not for his somewhat of a rapping ability, but more so just for his audacity.
Me, I'm humble in it, but at the same time, I like to think that man put like a lot of man onto the night tech thing. Like, you see the influence even in like America and that, man. Like, people be rocking the text like it's like they're us.
First off, to start that whole thing with me, I'm humble.
That's a great beginning.
So for those to be your first 3 words, buddy. Okay. Second off, I don't want to make this a London versus NYC thing.
Yes,
I see that on social media. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Yes, you do.
I think everyone in the world, London include all time zones, we can all unite to say that Central Cee was not the catalyst for Nike checks in any city, let alone America. I walk around New York all the time. I don't hear anyone listening to Central Cee. Let's just start there.
Not one person?
Not. Nike tech or not, if they are, it's in their headphones. They're not blasting it out loud. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of street DJs in New York. None of them got Central Cee on their station. That's a fact. Anyone with some shame in New York has it in their headphones. That's first off. Second off, this guy. Second off, and more importantly, we can all unite as one and come together and say that Central Cee is not influencing Nike techs anywhere. Damn sure not in America. Buddy, Central Cee,
you got too much dip on your chip.
yeah, he needs better friends, bro. Because if he said that in the session, like if we're smoking and he said that shit, one of the friends has to be like, let's keep this in house. Like he's got some bad friends for them to give him the confidence to have the audacity to speak those words on a mic, a live mic, while it's being recorded and then posted on the social media, and he consented to that.
Honestly,
Insane.
I was with him until he said the America part. When he was like, I put on for my man, I was like, okay, that's you.
But this is directly at Central Cee, and me as an American, him thinking I am taking his sauce, then I'm taking his swag, then I'm about to go on a date and say, I want to look like Central Cee, and let me put on my Central Cee fit. I'm trying to go
my
out.
Central Cee fit is nuts. I'm sorry. My Central Cee fit is crazy.
My Central Cee fit, like.
That's gonna be a TikTok sound. All right, can I
Chuck, who you want to big up?
I'm about to say, me personally, someone here said that Nottingham Forest will finish top 4 in the league, and he has a little wager.
Fool.
All right, where are they right now?
Top 4.
Okay, thank you. And he made a wager with someone else on this pod who looks very scared. If you could see his face, look at him.
I'm not scared.
Very scared.
$100.
Whatever. But I want to big up a local pub in Nottingham Forest for giving out 300 free beers. They decided, hey, we're gonna give free beers for every Nottingham Forest goal. And you know what? They probably thought they were slick because the game prior, Nottingham Forest had lost 5-0, and they probably said, hey man, we about to rack up, come through, come watch some Premier League games. The game was early. It was the first game of the, said come through. You know what Nottingham Forest did? Spank that ass, belt her ass, 7 goals, made the pub do 300 beers. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of world I want to live in. Shout out Nottingham Forest, shout out to the pub, shout out to the UK.
I know you still wish you didn't take that bet.
What? Why? What? Your team can't even beat Arsenal. Get out of here. I'm not worried.
You know Nottingham Forest is not finishing top 4.
Why? Tell me why.
You're just doing this for the pod. And I appreciate it.
Chris Wood.
You can't be serious.
17 goals, the most in his career. 4 shy of the Nottingham Forest team record. Morgan Gibbs White playing amazing. Listen, You try to say they didn't have no depth. You know what they said? They said, screw you, you little Brit. And, no, not you Brit. They said, screw you, little American gringo. And they said 7 goals on your head top. God!
Hey, I don't care. 7 goals in a
Come
Premier
on.
League against another Premier League team.
Come on.
I don't care how you like. That is very impressive.
Come on. They heard all y'all talk about, we only play defense. We don't. They said, all right.
Yeah.
Bow. Bow.
So, Brad, let me ask you this: top 4 or not? Who's finishing higher in the standing, Man City or Nottingham Forest?
100% Man City. Man City has reloaded. They haven't gotten the full reload together. They got a $60 million defensive midfielder on deadline day, which is exactly what they needed. Like, the defensive midfield was ripped to shreds against Arsenal. So I just think that they're going to do well enough to get in the top 4. I don't think Nottingham stays in. I think Chelsea does probably get in still. Like, I'm not sure Nottingham finishes top 8 still. Like, I think they have a losing streak.
Top
in
8,
there.
all right.
Nah, that was a little disrespectful. I'm going to take that.
Nah,
I don't want to make enemies in Nottingham. Is Nottingham even a real place? Is that like just a name of a team?
Come on, strike the. Yeah, I mean, no, Nottingham's a real place.
What are you talking about? Have some respect for London or UK.
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?
You've been on the tube.
This is why they hate Americans. You say stupid like that. What are you talking about? It's a real place. Yeah, it's a real place.
Well, that brings our Fried Footie to a conclusion for the day, my friends. It's been a pleasure.
Let's go tell. Got some new blood
That's a
coming.
big game. That's a big game.
Thursday, big game against Liverpool.
Tottenham season on the line.
It's gonna be a time. Tottenham into a final. Then Sunday, come back right Sunday, 4th round in the FA Cup.
Yep.
It's a time. Tottenham.
Remember when they were finishing? Remember when they were finishing top 4?
Oh, I remember those days.
I was
Those were
being
fun
out-
days on the pod.
That was a great day.
They were guarantees. They were 100% guarantees. Tottenham top 4.
I was talking about the League Cup. Y'all are talking about a different league. But come Thursday, we got a big game.
Now I'm tapped in. I'm rooting for Tottenham for sure.
Tune in.
Boo.
The same day Tottenham can advance, Arsenal gets eliminated. What a beautiful time.
Nah, we need that Arsenal L. They need to be humbled. All right, fellas.